Everyone, this is Aruna Chami, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology, SNS College of Technology. So in this lecture video, I am going to explain about the decision making and branches. So before entering into the C language, first we have to see about the decision making, because as a part of life, definitely decision making is very important part played in that particular role, because based on the decision only the further upcoming process and everything it will be going on. So that while seeing the image itself, we can able to see while taking a decision is very difficult. If you are taking any decision, remaining process, everything to be followed only based on the decision. So that real-time problem and some few mathematical problem, how we can solve by using a C language, we're going to study in this, we're going to learn in this particular lecture video. So first we're going to see about what do you mean by decision making statement. So decision making statement is also called as a conditional statement. In our C programming language, for decision making purpose alone, we are using a if else, nested if else, conditional operator statement and switch statement, and few jumping statement can be used under the switch statement. So these are the various decision making statement can be used in our C programming language. Second thing is how we can evaluate the decision making statement, means it is depends upon one or more condition. So based on the condition only, that going to be make a decision whether can execute the statement or it cannot execute the statement. Next thing is, in our programming language, decide the direction of the flow of program execution can be depends only on the condition. So this is the basic example I quoted over here. There is a general flow chart how the decision can be taken place. First, the process is started. After that, we can get an input from the user. Here in this stage, we are getting from the input from the user. Based on the problem, we are checking the condition. So here only the branching can be taken place. That is, the decision can be taken. If the decision is satisfied, the condition is satisfied, it performs certain task and prints some result. If that particular condition is not satisfied, means it will print that particular statement and also it will print the result. So after completing this particular looping, that is a branching statement, it will be come to the end of the session. So this is the simple flowchart how the decision can be taken place. So for example, in real world thing, if you want to plan to go for a holiday trip, for that particular problem, how we can resolve by using a C language, that we're going to see it over here. For this, the problem is, consider the fact that you and some of your friends have planned to go to the holiday trip after the spring September 2014. You have also decided that if you have got received the money 10,000 taka and more from your parent, then will you go to the foreign trip? Otherwise, if the allotted money is less than the 10,000, then you will go to the countryside trip. Now you are supposed to design the program to solve this problem. So in this problem, I given that thing. If you want to go for a holiday trip, it is a springtime, semester end, everyone is very much like to time to spend with your friends. In this particular case, you get an amount from your parents as a 10,000. If you are getting more than 10,000, you plan for a foreign trip. If your parents giving only the less than 10,000, means you're going for a local trip. For this particular problem only, you're going to write a program by using a C program. So best thing is, first we have to start a program. After that, we have to get a money from the parent. Suppose if your parents is giving the amount as a 15,000, so it will check the condition. So whether the money is greater than or equal to 10,000 or not. Yes, here while checking the condition, your receiving amount is 15,000. So 15,000 is greater than or equal to 10,000. It checked the condition. According to this thing, the statement is a true. So your planned trip for a foreign trip. So you enjoyed the holiday. After enjoying the holiday, after spending all the amount, you can return back to your home. So this is a holiday trip plan. This is a simple flow chart, how the holiday about the previous problem, how we can sort out the issues. By using a simple if-else statement, we can able to solve these type of problems. So now in the next slide onwards, we're going to see each and every conditional statement one by one. Here, these are the basic conditional statement. First one is the if-else. We are having a conditional formatting statements. And third one is a switching statement. So under the if-else, we are having 4 different types of a if-else statement. One is simple if. The next one is if-else statement. The next one is if-else-if statement. That is a else-if ladder. We can also call it as a else-if ladder. The next one is a nested if within the if, that can be called it as a nested if. The next thing is based on a switch case, how based on the situation, how we can choose the cases. So this is main example of all the menus and all how we can display. For that particular thing, we are going for a switch statement. So these are the basic conditional statement available in the C language. Other than that, we are having a jumping statement. So in your jumping statement, we are having 4 types. One is we can able to use the break. If you want to close any statement, if you want to conclude any statement, you can go for a break or an exit. The next one is a continue. If you want to continue after breaking, if you want to continue that program, you can able to give the continue. If you're moving from one place to the another place, one loop to the another loop, you are going to use the go to statement. If you want to return any value, you have to use the return statement. So these are the various jump statement is available under the conditional statement. Now let us see one by one. First, we're going to see about the if statement. So what do you mean by if statement? We can call it as a simple decision-making statement. And also it is used to decide or it is used to check whether a certain statement or a block of statement will be executed or not. If the statement is true, the block of statement is executed. Otherwise, not. So this is a sample syntax how the if condition can be if the condition is true, the statement is executed. Otherwise, it will be come out of the loop. It will stop the program. So now let us see what are the if statements are available. So initially the previous thing itself, I said that simple if statement, if-else statement, nested if-else statement and else-if ladder. These are the 4 different types of forms available under the if statement. And also this will be depending only of the complexity of the condition to be tested. Based on the complexity of the condition only, we're going to choose whether you're going to use simple if or if-else statement or nested if-else statement, or you can go for a ladder program. For simple if statement, this is a flowchart. I give it over here. This is an entry loop, test the condition. If it is a true, it will execute the statement. If it is a false, it will be come out of the loop. So this is a simple flowchart. For example, if you want to text whether my packet can have the money or not. Now I am checking if my packet balance is 0 means borrow the money. Otherwise, it will end the program. This is a simple example for the if statement. So if statement, simple if statement, this is a condition I already explained to you. If condition test the condition, it will execute the statement. Otherwise, it will execute the statement X. So the statement block may consist of a single statement or a group of statement. If it is a single statement, we no need to put a curly braces. Otherwise, we can, if you want to execute more than one statement, you can put the curly braces. If this particular condition is satisfied, then the system block will be executed first. After that, system X will be executed. So when the system X is executed means only this particular condition gets false. Then only it will be moved over here. So otherwise we can say the test condition does not satisfy. The system block will skip this particular thing. It is directly jumped to the statement X. So if in short way we can say the condition is true, both the statement block and the X statement is executed, but in a sequence manner. So if it is not, it will execute system X. If it is a true, all the statement will be executed, but in a sequence order, not in a merged order, or first statement X is executed and after the condition is checked. Only after checking the condition, if it is a true, a statement block is executed. After that, statement X will executed. If it is a false, directly it will be moved to the statement X or jump to the statement X. Now let us see one example. Before that, we have to see the flowchart of that particular simple if statement. See here, this is an entry point. Based on the condition, based on the input from the user, it will enter. After that, it will check the condition. If it is a true, a statement block is executed. Otherwise, after executing the statement block, it will move to next statement, statement X going to be executed and next statement going to be executed. If this particular condition is get false, it directly executed the statement X and the next statement. This is a simple flowchart for your reference. Okay, two important things here you have to note it down. Initially, I said that if you want to execute a single statement under the if statement, you need not to put a curly braces. And also you need not to create a block. Without using a curly braces, you can able to execute a single statement. That is a major thing. Only a curly braces can be used for the multiple statement can be executed under a single if condition. So this is a very important note. Next thing is I have quoted over here a two example, the same thing but in a different format. So in first example, we have seen that if mark is greater than or equal to 19, my mark is greater than or equal to 19 means it set the mark equal to mark plus what is our bonus mark. So after that, it will must execute the assign the grade equal to A plus. In this particular example, I have given this is the curly braces. So if this particular condition is true, this both the statement is executed. So this both the statement can be taken as a conditional control statement because it is inside the curly braces. So after executing this thing, it will move to the printf, the mark achieved. That particular mark achieved mark will be going to be printed over here. Same example I have quoted like this. If mark is greater than or equal to 19, I have given without the curly braces. In this case, how it can be executed means this particular condition is true, it will execute this statement. If the particular condition is false, it directly come out of the loop and it will display this one. In this case, this condition is executed, this both the thing will be executed. After executing this thing, it will print the statement. If the condition is false, directly it will be coming over here. So here the conditional control statement, it depends only on the curly braces. So the next thing is what happens if multiple statement follows after the if condition without using the curly braces. So I'm not using the curly braces. How the multiple statement can be worked under the if condition. So in this particular case, the statement immediately following the if condition is considered as a controlling statement of the if condition. If the condition is true, the control statement is executed, otherwise not. Rest of the statement are executed sequentially. This will be happens if the multiple statement follow the if condition without using the curly braces. The next thing is if else statement. So this is a next type of a conditional statement. So in this conditional statement, if the condition is true, a true block has been executed. Immediately following the if statement are executed. Otherwise, the false block statement are executed. In shorter, we can say if it is a true block will execute it. If it is a false block can be executed. So now let us see how the syntax for the if-else statement. Before that, this particular if-else statement, we can call it as a two-way conditional branching. Because why we are saying it is a two-way conditional branching means it will execute both true statement as well as the false statement. So this is a syntax for the if condition. If it tests the condition, if this particular condition is true, it will execute the true block. Otherwise, it will move to the else part. If it is a false, it will execute the false statement. If it is the thing, after executing this thing, both the thing, based on the condition, your statement X can be executed. If condition is true, true statement executed. After that, statement X is executed. If condition is false, else part, it will automatically move to the else part. After executing the else part, the system X can be executed. This is a flowchart for the if-else statement. This is an entry based on the input. It will test the condition. True means true block will be executed. False means false block can be executed. Both can be executed. The common statement after the curly braces statement can be executed. The next followed by the next step. This is a simple looping structure or flowchart for the if-else statement. Now let us see the example. Here I have given the same example with a little bit modification. If my mark is greater than or equal to 40, so those I have represented in the red color, that can be executed. If my mark is less than 40, those I have represented in the blue color, that will be executed. After executing this thing, my X statement, here my X statement is this particular thing, that can be executed. So this is the simple if statement example. Now let us see how animated video for the if else statement.
Soccer practice today.
So this is the simple if statement exam. If it is a rainy, it will execute the true statement. If it is not a rainy, it will execute the false statement. That is a real world example I quoted along with the video. So next thing is a nested if else statement. So what is meant by nested if else statement is, if else statement is with the another form we can say as if else statement, is also called as a nested if else statement. If statement, within the if statement we can call it as a nested if statement. And also it can be also called as a nested control branching. So this is a nested if statement. Now let us see the what is the syntax for the if else statement. See here, if the test condition, those I have represented in red color, that is a nested if within the if. In this case, only the inner block can be executed first. After the outer block can be executed next. So first it will test this particular condition. See here, first if the test condition, then actual next if test condition. If it is a true, it will execute the statement, else it execute the another statement. After completing this thing, it will move to this particular if else statement of block if it is a false condition. After that, it will execute the system X. In this case, which one can be executed first means the inner loop. Those I have represented the red color, that can be executed first. If this particular condition is true, it will execute this one. Otherwise, it will be move over here. After that, if it is a false, it will execute it. After that, finally, the statement X is executed and next statement can be executed. This is the syntax for the nested if else. Now let us see the example for nested if. If gender equal to male, our gender is equal to male. If the gender is male, again I have to check whether their age is less than 10. If my age is less than 10, you can able to provide with the free entry and free food. Otherwise, only the free entry. There is no need to the food. So in this case, this particular statement, we can call it as a nested if, because if within the if, so only we can call this is a nested if. The next thing is else if ladder statement. Else if is ladder statement is nothing but more number of else if statement can be executed after the if statement. That can be called it as a else if ladder statement. So where it can be used means simple meaning is a staircase. As the name implies, this the statement is used to choosing the right path among the multiple path. You are having a multiple path in that, and also why we are saying it is a staircase. You are having so many steps to move from downward to the upward. So only you have to step into the so many steps. So that can be called it as a ladder to reach a certain places. Here also in our C language, we are having an n number of else if. So in that, we are going to choose a one particular thing. For that, we are going for the else if ladder. So this is the another way of putting if condition together with multiple decisions are involved. A multi-way, we also call it as a multi-way decision. So it is a chain of if condition in which the statement associated with the else condition behaves like another if condition. Else if ladder is also called as a three-way or a multi-way decision-making statement. Now let us see how the syntax of the else if statement. So this is a syntax of the else if statement. If the condition is true, statement 1 is executed. Otherwise, else if condition, say test this particular condition, execute this statement. This is also false, it will move over here. This is also false, it will be moving over here. This is also false, it will be moving over here. You are having a if under so many else if. So only it can be called it as a ladder. If everything is false, it will be come out of the loop. Only statement X can be executed. This is an example for the else if ladder. So best example is our mark calculation or student grading system and all. We can call it, we can able to do it under the else if ladder. If my mark is between 50 and 60, it will have print a D grade. 60 to 70 means print the grade C. If it is a 70 to 80, it will print the grade B. 80 to 90, it will print the grade as A. If any condition, if any of our else if or if statement is false, it will move to the else statement. It will print you have failed. So in this case and all, we are using the else if ladder. Best example is our student grading system. So the next thing is under the conditional statement is a switch statement. So we are having a n number of conditional if conditional statement. Why we are having a switch statement? Means when one of the many statement is to be selected, that if conditional statement can be used to control the section. However, the complexity of such program increased dramatically when the number of statement is increasing. For that only, SC has to build a multi-way decision-making statement. That for that purpose only, a switch statement has been evolved. The switch statement tests the value of the given variable or an expression against the list of case value, and when a match is found, only if the block of statement associated with that case is executed. So this is a syntax for the switch statement. If switch, you are giving the expression is which choice you wanted, that you're going to give it over here. Based on that particular choice, if I given my choice is a 2 means statement 2 block will only can be executed. If I give the 3 means third block can be executed. Best example is if you're going for a shopping mall or any other thing, you are going to purchase some dresses. In this cases, you can wear a modern dress, you can wear western dress, you can wear traditional dress. Is it right? So in this cases, all the thing is not available in a single place. You're going for some other thing. So whichever you wanted, that particular only you're going to purchase. So in this case and all, we can use the switch statement. The main thing is you're having an n number of rules is available for the switch statement. The first one is your switch statement must be an integral type. And also case label must be a constant or constant expression. Label must be a unique. No two labels can have a same value. If I given the two value as a case 2 means the compiler does not know which 2 can be executed. In this case only we can say it must be a unique. And also it must end with the colon. Break statement transfer the control out of the switch. Definitely we have to give the break. Through that only we can move out of that particular switch. Break statement is optional so that 2 or more cases label may belong to the same statement. The default label also optional. That can be must be one default label. Default may be placed at anywhere but usually placed at the end. The permitted to nest the switch statement. These are the basic rules of the switch statement. So the next thing is the final thing is the conditional operator. So the conditional operator is the optional one for the if statement. So where we can use the conditional operator means if you want to making a two way of decision, in that case we are using a conditional operator. So by using a C language, how we can use means we have to use the two operator. One is a question mark, another one is a colon. So it takes the three operands. The operator is popularly known as the conditional operator. So the conditional operator can be used for the replacement of if-else statement. So initially I said that if-else statement is a two-way branching statement. For replacing that only we are going for a conditional operator. So this is the basic syntax for the conditional operator. If this particular conditional expression is true, the first statement is executed. Otherwise, it will be moved to the, if it is false, it will move to the false statement. For example, flag equal to x less than 0. If my condition, if whatever the input I given, it is x is less than equal to 0 means it is true, 0 will be written. It is false, 1 can be written. Simple. How I said that it is a two-way branching statement. It is replacing the if statement. How it can be replaced in this way. This is the particular condition by using a conditional operator. The equivalent code in if statement. If x less than or equal to 0, set flag equal to 0. Else set flag equal to 1. So that's all about the conditional statement in the C language. Here I quoted the so many example for you. For work it out. Please work it out this one. And if you have any doubt regarding this thing, kindly ping me. My email ID is aruna.a.it@snsct.org. Thank you for watching my video.